So, yeah. Well, I mean, we cleared house too. I mean, the coaching staffs. Anthony Glenn he's actually been well received. The players love him. Mm-hmm. He's very organized, very structured. Communication is huge. He's been very vocal with his rookies, and Mike Williams is now our number one guy. Is sitting down because he's got back tightness, but he went right up to him and said, "Hey, look, you're young, you're a rookie, you're not going to get behind, and I'm going to see you on this field next week. So figure it out." Right? So he's got some, he's got a lot of constructive criticism in him. He doesn't leave, he doesn't leave anything on the off the table. He's up front and in your face, and a lot of guys are, liking that actually. I think the big guy is Pat Meyer and James Craig. Craig is the old. He was with USC for a while, offensive line guy, mm-hmm. and Pat Meyer comes from Buffalo with Lynn on this whole deal, and he's going to be the offensive line coach. I mean, the big thing about it is I think we got weapons all over the place, right? And Keenan Allen's is coming back. He's ahead of schedule on his recovery. That's big. Hunter is actually helping Gates at tight end, and they both caught almost the same touchdowns last year. So that's good. But Meyer actually is. He has a unique correlation with Rivers. Is that he was the I think the fitness what was
strength
it? The strength conditioning coach at NC State when he was there for 4 years, when Rivers was there. So, the big thing about Meyer is that, he was really beneficial with the running attack at Buffalo. And, the Bills led the NFL in yards and yards per carry last year in the NFL. So that's very beneficial for Gordon and our offense. I think the key to this whole, because I think we're going to score points, right? How we finish games is huge.
Yeah,
let a lot of things go in the fourth quarter.
Can't lose all those games.
I should say the second half. Yeah. But it's Giff Smith, who is the old defensive coordinator in Seattle, who brought them into a powerhouse. Then he took the head job in Jacksonville for 4 years, and then he's back now as our defensive coordinator, and he's moved it to a 4-3. And I'm really curious to see how, it's going to be really, what's going to be really key to this is that front line with Bosa and all those guys, the big boys up front, and how they attack. But I think the linebackers, and I think he's going to play very fast. He's going to let those linebackers play very aggressive. He's always had big safeties. I don't think we have a very big safety, but I'm really curious to see how that's going to unfold, because, that guy created a defense, and I don't know if it's more Pete Carroll up there about the defense, but that guy was in charge of that Seattle defense, when they started becoming a powerhouse defense back in the day. So I think that's a big key to the whole deal. Oliver is actually Brendan Oliver, who is kind of that McCaffrey type of running back and catch the ball out of the backfield. We lost him all last year to an Achilles injury. He's ahead of schedule. He's never looked better, they're saying. So I think the camp right now, I think there's a lot of enthusiasm in the Chargers camp. Again, rookie coaches, we'll see how they adapt to situations. Exactly, yeah. We got I think it's a defensive back coach who is an old D coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. So you got two defensive coordinators actually working in the system. So Lynn was very vocal on how he wanted Lamp in that offensive lineman in the draft. They ended up getting him. So that was the whole thing. Keep Rivers up.
Yeah, keep standing up.
And because we have nobody behind him, and you got to keep him as healthy as possible. Yeah.
I can't even name your backup quarterback.
Keenan, isn't Keenan? I don't know. No. Came from Houston. I don't know. Don't worry about him.
Yeah. You'll never see him. Hopefully you won't see him.
So that's that's the big thing. We had our offense was very successful. We had, I think, 6 players that had over 35 catches and 400 yards. I think that led the NFL and multiple. Multiple players having the
Chargers can score.
They're going to spread it out and they're going to throw the ball, and it's always been exciting. But can we keep the other team from scoring on us? And hopefully this new D coordinator can do that.
I'm looking forward to that. Isn't it? Don't the Rams and Chargers play in the third exhibition game?
Mm-hmm. They do.
I'm looking forward to that.
So, question. I bet the under. The other thing is, what was I going to say? The Rivers situation is getting, when it comes to what's behind him, I was going to ask you this, Vince. Is the draft next year going to be very big in quarterbacks? Because they weren't too enthusiastic about it this year. So I know that a guy like Sam could be coming up.
More than this year. Kid from Wyoming.
So I have a feeling it wouldn't surprise me if we trade up
to get
somebody behind Rivers for the future.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I think they banked on. But we'll see.
Yeah, should be interesting.
It should be interesting, and I'm very enthusiastic about it. I can't. I mean, at first I'm like, you know what? You moved from San Diego, you're going to Los Angeles. I'm not a fan anymore, but they're slowly but surely reeling me back in again.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I like what they did with the coaching staff. They kept a lot of guys on board that were already there, so that was good. And they hired a new special teams guy who Lynn knew from the past. Very rah go. That's what those guys are usually. And so hopefully he can turn it, because we were like 32nd in the league in special teams, which I think we need a kicker and we need a punter. I mean, we need everything. So
that's not too.
So
that's not too encouraging.
No, that's terrible. But
wasn't it like 8 games or something? I don't really know the number, but I remember it was a lot of games before you even had a punt return of more than 3 yards or something.
Yeah.
Some ridiculous number. I remember seeing it and thinking that's got to be a mistake.
Yeah.
But yeah, the special teams were not good.
No.
And they were losing a lot second half.
And
they lost a lot in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was terrible. And bad punting and missed field goals. I mean, I think our field goal kicker was an MLS soccer player.